Hello, this is a replay going first versus Labrynth. There's a lot more interaction than you'd expect, but if we took a look at the hand, it's pretty good. You know, we have Effect Veiler, we have Gamma to insulate is from Max C, and we have Small World for Circular. So let's start. So as mentioned, Small World will just use one of the Gammas. Santa Claus is a good light bridge to Circular. So then we're gonna just do the combo. Since we open Diameter, we can do Transcode plus Heat Soul, or we can do a Hand Rip, or we can do Heat Soul plus Terahertz. I tend to go for the Hand Rip, but in this case, we go for the Transcode Heat Soul line. So here, we go into Alum, we're saving our normal summon, so we just get another Diameter for follow-up. We go into Splash, into Transcode, and then we just make Heat Soul underneath Transcode. So one thing, just like I said, I prefer the Hand Rip more, but one thing I want to note about the Transcode plus Heat Soul line is it's very strong versus Mikanko. And you know for a fact that you're facing Mikanko if they make you go first, despite winning the coin flip. So even though this isn't a Mikanko matchup, I just want to mention that you're protected from targeting from Arabesque. And the other thing is, if you have conflict, they need Lava Golem to turn off your conflict, because these are two code talkers. So that way, you if they kaiju you still have a live conflict. Anyway, enough about Mikanko. So we draw with Heat Soul. We got the Maxi, very strong opening. So here we shotgun Maxi. We open another Maxi. God is on our shoulder. So versus Labrynth, Maxi is not that great, and I prefer to activate this during the draw phase on my turn, just to bait out any called buys. Check for any ashes. Most of the time, you just want to avoid activating it during main phase. So here he's telegraphing evenly matched. So one thing about evenly matched, you can theoretically just get rid of your whole board and then just keep the super factorial, and they just wasted their battle phase. But I think it's still okay to activate super factorial in response to the telegraph evenly matched. You might play into Kurikara. That's happened to me before, but you do get the Hand Rip. You're going to use your negate, so you can snipe the evenly matched, which isn't likely, but you will be guaranteed to negate it with Diameter, like as shown here. So the reason why I prefer to do this is because you still preserve your Heat Soul, and Heat Soul will draw into another card on your turn. You're going to have more bodies. They use their battle phase, so and plus they're under Maxi. They're going to be discouraged from making more plays. But in this case, they normal summon Ariana. They don't care about the Maxi. But I was lucky enough to have the Veiler for this Ariana to turn off his remaining engine. So it's not quite smooth sailings for me, because on their turn, it's kind of dangerous without a Lingeribo for follow-up. So yeah, we got a free draw one. We got a DD Crow. It's not that helpful, but it can interrupt the Stovey Torby or the Chandraglier recursion. So it's not that bad good, but at worst it can be a Nalmaros. So here, this is very powerful. Co-linked access code plus transcode. So if he has Compulse or something like that, it's just there to force him to spook him into activating a trap, which he does. And he activates a very strong trap. And I think, so these are probably the best combinations of traps he could have opened in response to this. But he still has to decide which to banish. Likely he's going to banish the access code talker and then pop my transcode talker with Lovely. So I'm drawing cards. What was a nice upside is saving my Maxi for the big welcome. I could have changed it to the Ice Dragon's Prison, but I took a gamble that he had like a Lady Labrynth in hand to change in response, or a big welcome. So I gotta draw two out of it. So this isn't harming. This pop one isn't harming me. The nice thing is he didn't banish transcode. Not that that it's advisable, but since transcode is in the graveyard and it's never used its effect, it's prime fodder for Crystal Heart. I get a lot of questions about when is a good use for Crystal Heart, and this is a good one. You're extending through interruption with Transcode Talker engraved, and now you get the conga line of Cyber's bodies. So Transcode Talker is gonna revive the Splash Mage, and the Splash Mage is gonna revive the body. Like I just rebuilt my board for free, and he's already used up his interaction. He better have hand traps to deal with this, because now I just go straight into terahertz, and we're going to do the multiplication OTK. One thing I'll add too, I have way more. I never resolve circular to get to this point, so I can still attack with the Transcode Talker. There's still a lot of like damage you can put up. Well, that's one limiting factor of using circular when you're trying to OTK. You kind of limit yourself to either like a terahertz OTK or update jammer plus access code. Anyway, so we just win the game here. We activate multiplication, terahertz and damage step. There's not really an advantage to doing it, but there's just very little counterplay, such as I think the only other counterplay I can think of is Called by the Grave. If we activate it during attack declaration, they can activate Called by the Grave. But since we did in the damage step, the multiplication cannot activate. I'm sorry, the multiplication will activate damage step, but the Called by the Grave cannot chain in response. So yeah, there we go. Clean game. All right. Thanks for watching.